All right, let me get started. This is a kind of the square one on the private dashboard in Tinkertool, the data dashboard. You can see that there are some quick links here that you can get and navigate throughout the whole data dashboard. Today we're going to talk about limiters. We have various profiles we can create from the data and according to the individual's goals and what they're training to do. So a limiter sheet, or the profile sheet, we'll look at the bike here first. Basically it's just a quick summary of the key components or those key limiters that we can evaluate so we can kind of get right to the point. So we kind of have the green, yellow, red indicators of what would be ideal, and then some cautionary in the red, things that we definitely want to look at first or foremost. So here looking at the cyclist, and all of the profiles from the cardiometabolic profile are going to include these parameters. The emphasis or the need to address some of these issues may change according to what kind of training the individual's shooting for, but basically these are the parameters. So we have aerobic capacity, we have body composition from a skin fold analysis, we have economy, which really takes into account the VO2, which is another expression of the physiological workload, and compare it to the mechanical workload, like your power output on a bike or your pace and incline. So it's a workload comparison to see how efficient your body is at going forward using the power to do your activity. Metabolic fitness really describes what we're evaluating on the metabolic side. Again, how high or what kind of sustainable level do you have? So we have a capacity, which is your VO2 max up here on the right, and then we have a threshold VO2, which is basically looking at where we see some of these trend changes in an exercise test. So a higher threshold, or what we call a higher fractional utilization, generally means we're moving forward in our fitness. In other words, the VO2 value at the threshold gets closer and closer to your peak values. Metabolic efficiency is looking at really looking at zone 2. It's how high are the fat utilization levels, and can you use fat well and spare your carbohydrates? So if you're getting up over 50%, that's usually pretty darn good. But basically we're looking at the aerobic threshold, and we're looking at how high your fat burn capability is there. And then the lung function looks at various breathing components. This particular one is the breathing reserve, which really we have a predicted value of how high you should be moving that air in and out relative to a predicted value. So the sweet spot is somewhere between 20 to 40% of your predicted. So he's in the green here. So a lot more information with that, and we educate you through the testing and when we're doing our consultation. But we also have information on each of these areas down here below. So plenty of stuff to read up on and catch up on to look at your limiters and see what kind of things are involved with improving and making those limiters more of a strength for you. So we have the profile for the bike. We have profile for individuals who may have done a run or treadmill type test. And then we have more of a fitness orientation based on the same type of profile. We just have a little bit different rating system on where they should be. So that's our limiter profiles. Pretty quick way to just kind of target in on what we need to work on for an individual who's trying to improve their health and fitness status.